Hello, I'm Peter Mouget, joined by James Kaufman and Chris Paulos, here to talk about whistleblowers. And more specifically, we just went through a series of questions that if you have fraud to report, that the federal government or the state governments are being overcharged or fraudulently charged for services not rendered, what do you do? And James, what do you have as one of the most important advice for a whistleblower about how to blow their claim? How do they got to be careful up front? What decision making do you have to make sure that you don't do up front to screw up your claim?
Well, I think that the most important thing that a whistleblower should understand is that although there is a motivation to get the word out, that can really blow your case. Do not go to the newspaper, do not go to the press and bring out that information that you have, because all you're doing is putting the information out in the public, and really you're taking away from the value of your information that you could bring to the government. The most important thing that a whistleblower can do is talk with an attorney who is experienced in this type of law, understands the procedures that have to be followed in order to bring a false claim, in order to bring a claim on behalf of the government. And not only that, but an attorney that has contacts within the U.S. Attorney's Office that can place this case so that it receives the right attention from the government. What you do not want to do is blow what's called the public disclosure bar, which is that if your information is out in the public, you are no longer the original source of that information. Someone else can bring it as well. Which brings up another point, which is first to file is very important. It's very important that if you have knowledge of a fraud and you want to bring your case, you're the first one to be on file with that case. By bringing it out into the public, there's more chance that someone else will bring that case and basically block you in line and be first to file in front of you, and then they take away your false claim.
All right, so what you're walking us through, I think, is commonly called the original source rule, and it's absolutely imperative that the whistleblower be the original source. So don't go to the press, because sometimes that's counterintuitive. If you're trying to save people money, you're trying to get people out of harm's way, the first thing that you typically do is you want to shout it to the rooftops. That's the absolute worst thing you could do. So the point of this segment is to ensure, to protect your claim, that you have to make sure that you are the original source, which means don't go to the press, don't go public, take it to an experienced counsel to make sure you can walk through the steps and the criteria to protect the claim.